What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Morning Wood. I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays, and this is Detroit Lenny. We're brought to you live here on a Wednesday on the Max Wagers Network. Everybody like and subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and don't forget about our sponsor, Caesars Sportsbook. Up to $1,250 American dollars in a risk-free first bet. If your bet does not cash, that's cool. They're going to put the money back into your account in the form of free bet money. And then win or lose, you're going to get 1,000 reward credits and 1,000 tier credits in your account. That's the business, y'all. That is the business.
That is the business. I will say this, I never thought about this. We probably should preference, that it's American dollars.
Yeah, it is American dollars. That's
because
true.
we're we're worldwide.
It's true. I'm on your Tigers today.
Oh, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. It's a trap. I'm on the Mets. I've been on the Mets for 2 days. I'm going to continue. I had 2 bets in baseball last night. Then it went 1-1. So White Sox, man. Holy shit. What happened? I mean, you got the extra innings and all of a sudden the Cleveland Guardians owned you.
Yeah.
We were watching so good there for a minute.
That's Theo's team, so we were watching that at Josh's. It escalated quickly, is what happened.
It really did. It really did. So, but the Mets, it looks like the Brewers have kind of given up. So,
I'm just saying 80% of the money is on Baltimore and the line's dropping. So I took Detroit on the run line, and then the same thing was happening with the Twins. All the money is on the Twins with the lines dropping, so I took the Royals. And that's on the run line plus a 1.5. So that's what's up. That is what I have done with my day.
That is what I have done.
Yes, we'll see what happens. Silky is still in the lead. Kyle Pickard jumped over Lane Elliott. So lots of stuff going on. Hi, Terry Edelman, new handicapper here at Picks and Parlays. Welcome to the party, friend. Welcome.
He's also going to be on Power Hour today.
Is he?
Well, yeah, he's filling in for Lee from ASA is vacation or something. I don't know. He couldn't do picks, vacation or something. He had something going on. And so Craig asked me to reach out and see if he could hang, and he has accepted the challenge.
I don't feel
so good. That's what's going on. So be on the lookout for Mr. Edelman and his picks on the Picks and Parlay website.
Yes, that's what's up with the get down.
Welcome to the shit show, Terry. Welcome to the shit show.
Something has gone on with my AC where it's not working, and it is pissing me off. So why I have a long sleeve shirt on right now, I'm not sure.
Oh, that's fair.
What's up? You're taking the Orioles first 5 on the money line. I'm going the other way.
Which last Woody is this for? Old or new?
Your new one or your old one?
Come on. There's 3 people still left in last week's last Woody that's worth $200. So I'm kind of hoping for all 3 lose. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not even going to be that guy, but I'm hoping all 3 of you lose. So it rolls over to this week because I'm still in this week, and then I'm going to win it, and then we're going to have a $400 pot. That's how we.
That's a big old pot.
That's a big old.
We never got Thomas Kingston or J Rock's picks from yesterday, so if we see them,
yeah,
you're thinking about new last Woody. Okay. Oh wait, old. Oh, you're thinking about the new last Woody. That's your old.
So that's your old Orioles first 5 money line.
Yeah, Wednesday's your day, Tim. If you want to pop in, you can pop in. It's going to be a short show today. My kid left his lunchbox, and the chick that drives him to school, he left his lunchbox in her car. So I need to go to her house to get his lunchbox and bring it to his school.
Man.
Which is super.
What's up with these kids? You know what? Yesterday, Brendan, last night, or 2 days, Wednesday, Monday, comes home. Like, he takes the bus home, drops him off at the end of the block, the corner. Comes home. Every day, it's like a bat out of hell through the front door. Like, you'd think that people were chasing him. He comes bang right through the front door. And then I thought I saw, like, in a flash, I'm like, where's his backpack? And then like 10 minutes later, he's like all upset. He's like, I left my backpack on the bus. I left my mom called school, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, nowadays it's got their Chromebook and stuff in there and all that. I'm like, bro, how do you leave your shit on the, look, you got one thing to carry. It's a backpack. It's got 2 straps. So you can't, you know.
It's literally attached to you.
She's calling around the school. She's trying to, you know, who do you call, right? So she's calling the school. The school's giving her a number to call. So the bus driver, whatever, picked, you know. And then 5 minutes later, he's like, don't worry about it, Mom. My friend has it. And I'm like, she's been on the phone for 15 minutes. And his friend saw it, thank God, and took it with him when he got off the bus the next stop. And then called Brendan when he got home and said, hey, I got your backpack. Don't worry about it. And I was like, good kid. Good kid, 5th grade, good kid, good smart kid, looking out for his boy. But Brett, you know, meanwhile, Mandy's on the phone, losing her mind, thinking, "Oh shit, I'm gonna have to pay for a Chromebook or something," you know.
Right.
Who's, you know, God knows what, you know, and you know, Brendan's all, I don't worry about it. I'm like, how about you just not lose your backpack, bro?
How about that? Yeah, he is out. Silky is out of the new.
He's out of what? He's out of the new?
Yeah. He had the Philly. I just double checked. He's not on the list, but I just
not on the list either. I'm just used to you being on both lists, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, that's just it. We're just used to it.
Sorry,
there I see you had Phillies. I just looked it up. Old last Woody, Baltimore, Detroit under 8.5. New last Woody, Cubs over 6.5. Yesterday you had Baltimore under 8.5. That one I got, and then the new one was Red Sox money line. Okay. I just know we never had a pick for you. Like your name was there, but we must have missed you in the deal.
I just
same with you, Thomas Kingston. What was your pick yesterday? Because we missed you yesterday also, but I know you were in here.
Right. So hold on. His old is Baltimore Tigers under, and the new is what was that again? No, I'm just real quick.
Cubs over 6.5 for today.
Cubs over. Okay. Cubs.
Okay.
6.5. Yeah, we were talking about a bunch of stuff.
Thomas Kingston says he's still in, and he's got the Mets on the money line.
Right.
What's up, J-Cast? This week's last Woody is the Angels Rangers over 8.5 total runs. Okay.
Yep, I got you. You put it on the Facebook page. I got some. There's a few of you already put it on the Facebook page, so I've been trying to keep up with that. Plus Money Syndicate. We don't know what this Blinkov. I think that's a Russian tennis player.
Yeah, it's a tennis girl, but I couldn't tell what was happening. Like I looked it up. Yeah. Blinkov, but
so I just put a bunch of question marks next to it because I don't know if that person's in.
It just says 6'6", but I don't even know. It's like in the middle of both of them, so I don't know who had the 6'6". And then they both play today, so it's not like someone got eliminated. They play each other again today. So maybe that was postponed or
I was gonna say, was it delayed?
But it says 6'6". So like women's tennis, they only play 3 sets, and 6'6" would have won the match. You had the Angels yesterday. Okay. Sometimes we just miss you guys as we're cruising through and talking to our guests and doing our things.
I'll be honest with you. Once I start talking, I stop paying attention to the spreadsheets. So.
I try to keep up with it because I know like you'll get distracted. You're going on your thing. So I kind of try to take over.
I started getting on a rant.
Yeah. Which is
all
cool.
you gotta do is mention the Lions.
I'll take over. But sometimes like the gap between where you left off and I pick up, I think sometimes that's where we miss some
people left in the shuffle. So or get lost in the shuffle, I should say. Heath Pierce coming in with the Astros.
I'm not
lead
good
after third inning.
I'm not good.
So is that like Astros first 3 money line? That the same thing?
They have to be in the lead, don't they, Heath? It can't just is it a 3-way line? I mean, they have to lead after 3 innings. So I wouldn't think that a draw would work.
I'm more curious. I don't have that available on my. I don't think I do, and if I do, I don't know where the hell it's at.
Yeah, BetMGM has it, is what they were saying. I took BetMGM off of my phone just because it was no good to me.
Oh, I use it. I'll be honest with you, between Caesars and BetMGM is who I use the most. Nerfies. I sometimes can get a better line on. It seems to be more on Caesars. It is okay.
Yeah, he distracted us with that baby.
Yeah, Cam, his damn baby and his baby belts and stuff, and just
I love that baby. He's so cute.
Yeah, a lot of people have been putting it on the Facebook, it looks like, today. Are you caught up with where are you at in Handicapper 10 grading so I can take some of these
I am
off?
good. I deleted Tuesday, and I think Wednesday's still up right now. I'm current.
You have okay, so I can delete Sundays is on here.
Oh, I didn't know it was still there. Yeah, everything up until
That's
today.
Okay.
I'm current.
And then did you do a Facebook contest or something for Sunday?
I did, and I need to grade it. It was Tommy Kidd is doing this thing where he's trying to get people to like, they're trying to start not an algorithm, like a spreadsheet kind of a thing, system.
My God.
And he's trying to get like people to guess, who's actually just texting me about it, guess the exact scores of the game. And then once I posted that, I was like, fudge, I don't want to do this at all. I don't want to do this math. I don't want to do this statistician work at all, but I will do it. So you can just leave that one there. And
that's fine. I didn't delete. Yeah. You know how you log into Facebook and it gives you the like your memories or whatever?
Yeah.
So this picture came up and I'm like, oh God.
No reason to screen share.
You're fine. It's when I first moved to Vegas 12 years ago. That's your
Oh my goodness. Look how cute you are.
Fresh out the pen, folks.
You look like you're fresh out the pen. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness.
That's when Lenny moved to Vegas, decided to get his life together. That's what it looked like.
Okay, so this is
I was hefty back then. Oof.
Well, I'm sure you were eating prison food, so you know.
I was thick. Let's just say that.
Thick. So this is where we're at for the HC right now. We are, what is that? 29. We are 30 picks in, 20, 30, 40 picks in. So we've got 20 more to go. Cuts on Thursday. Silky has had a pretty dominant lead, but Kyle Pickard is coming up on him. Lane Elliott is doing his thing. Maine is right behind him. Rickett had a good 2-0 day. That jumped him up to 4th place, tied for 4th with Maine Chavis. Cody Bennett, Cody the God, and Brian Gillihan tied for 5th. Eddie Sanchez 6th. D-Talkin 7th. Cole Thiessen's 8. Sean Austin 9. I'm 10. Juan Miguel, Tommy Kidd, Tate the Great, Ezekiel, and Henny Dan. And that's the way we're doing this right now. So we're getting through it. We're getting through it. I'm over it. I hate it. I'm done with it. I don't want it anymore.
I can't stand it.
I see your strategy. Hi, Payami. He's taking the Mets too. I see your strategy though. I'm done with grading Handicapper. Yeah, when football season starts and you have 78 goddamn things to do, it's a whole other thing, isn't it?
It really is. And I'll be honest with you, Power Hours just consumed my life. Like, I mean, I got to do 2 free pick videos because you got to take Escher's thing, which is going to take me a whole 10 minutes. That's not the thing. But then for the next 50 minutes before Power Hour starts, I have to create 10 graphics and get everybody logged in, send out links. It's like Power Hour consumes my life.
It does.
And I worked on it for like an hour last night. But I mean, it's like I got it now. I'm in my rhythm now because I almost have every college football helmet logo downloaded, and every NFL logo downloaded. But the problem is like the Giants doing a game this week on the Giants. Well, if you flip that, every helmet you look up for the New York Giants faces that way, or faces that way. Right. Now, if I need one to face that way, I have to just flip the screen, which is no big deal. But then it says Giants backwards, or it says YN instead of NY, and I'm like, so now I got to find what it's just. It's creative.
Have you thought about jerseys? Maybe you could just use their jerseys.
It's too late now. I'm into it. I'm knee deep into it now. I'm into it. I have college football. Forget about it. There's 127 college football helmets I have downloaded. 48 NFL logos. Some CFL, I'm into it now. Now I'm knee deep into it. That's just how
you're in too deep. 120 to 126. Money,
Yeah.
yes.
Justin, I got you, Braves. Wait.
Cubs.
Oh, Justin, I Brayton, Julie Carney.
Oh, I can't do this right now. It'll take too long. Okay. It will take me too long to do the time.
I'm just trying to get through last Woody to Thursday, because then once Thursday starts, then I can, I do football.
Yeah, just use logos instead of helmets. What about that?
Because that's what you do.
Yeah.
And Nicole, I trying to make it. He liked the idea of those little. Remember when you were? He probably doesn't remember, but remember when we were little? Those little plastic football helmets that we would get like in the bubble gum machine, and the little things.
Totally.
That's the helmets. That's the look I'm going for on some of them. So the helmets really ain't a big deal. College can be kind of a big deal. Finding a UTEP helmet that faces left instead of right, that spells UTEP, not pet you, it was a feat last night. But whatever,
when you really have to worry about backwards is Tulsa. Think about that.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
you're gonna get a slut.
Yes, you are. But like so it's just a handful of them. Like Eagles, Lions. Some of them you could flip flop easily. Like Ohio State's helmet looks the same, backwards, forwards, upside down. Still looks like shit.
Yes, editing is tedious. It does sound that way, doesn't it?
It is, but Nick Earl does way more than I do as far as the editing thing goes. And Tim Earl, he's just the pretty face.
Yeah, he's the funny one.
I don't do any of that editing crap.
Tim's just there.
Download a blue helmet, download a Giants logo, crop the logo under the helmet, and make it go the direction you need.
Or I could just keep scrolling until I found one that works.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
And then you could also Google left facing. Yeah, I have. Yeah, sometimes and I could.
Maybe it's the quarterbacks. Maybe you just need to find a photo of the quarterback.
I almost just started to use Eli Manning's face for the Giants. Dressed up. Has anybody seen that on ESPN yesterday on Eli's Place or whatever? It's a little short. It's like 10, 15 minutes.
Didn't Eli Manning just do like a tryout thing at Penn State?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. He bought a full-on, think Undercover Boss. Remember that show? Mm-hmm. He dressed up and Craig Trapp, I'm in the middle of a show right now. Like you don't know, bro. But he did a show. He walked down to Penn State, and that's like they call it Walk on You. Chad Powers, and it was hilarious. He's got this whole Hollywood makeup team comes in, but gives him long hair, and his nose is just, and he's refers to himself as in the third person as Chad, run fast, think fast, run fast, Chad. Chad, run fast, Chad, think fast. And then he's like, and the only person I knew was the Penn State coach. The quarterback's coach, he totally fooled. He's going over to the offensive court. He goes, hey, I think I want to sign this Chad Powers guy, give him a scholarship, because it was walk-on tryout day. And he's like, hey, Chad, why don't we try some crossing route? He's like, Chad's got a hose. Chad wants to throw it deep. Let's go deep. and the quarterback's coach is looking at him like, what are you like? He was like a mix between Matthew McConaughey meets like what's that guy with the jean shorts that are cut off? Gardner Minshew. He's like that guy. He was like a cross between that. Kind of like Uncle Rico's cousin with blonde hair. But he's like, yeah, Chad wants to throw it deep. I'm gonna see if I can pull up Chad Powers.
Did you ever see here? I have this one up when Greg Maddux fakes out Chris Bryant.
Yes.
That's a great one. Greg Maddux is like just some guy, like the guy who does the pitching. Here, it's right here. It was really funny.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna. This is what Chad Powers.
Yeah, I had that exact picture pulled up of Chad Powers.
That's Eli Manning. Like he was, it was hilarious. And then he called Peyton Manning on FaceTime, and he was like, hey, this is what I'm doing. And Peyton Manning answers the phone, and you could tell it was genuine reaction. It was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, hey, all right, I suggest, you've been retired for like 7 years. Maybe you should, take it easy. Chad likes to throw the ball deep. Chad's got a hose. Chad wants to let it go. I was like, it was hilarious. Those Manning brothers are hilarious. I'm just saying.
So we're going to dress you as a sound.
So basically, yeah, they dress Craig Maddox up like a nobody. And Chris Bryant's doing his batting practice, and like
crazy.
Craig Maddox comes out to pitch for him, and he's like, "We should sign this guy."
Yeah, we should sign. Yeah, that's how the quarterbacks coach was for Penn State. He's like, "Hey, coach, I think I want to give this guy a look for And then I'm on YouTube. Now I'm down the rabbit hole, and I found that Jared Goff.
Yes.
Went and did the same thing, dressed up in makeup, and he tried out for Ventura, like it's like a D2 school. It's not even.
You guys are like,
whatever.
What the hell?
Yeah, and he's like, and the coach just tells right before practice, tells the team, "Hey, we got walk-ons coming, got transfer coming in from out of state. He's going to try out for quarterbacks." And this, first of all, the wide receiver, that guy in that video should be just kicked right out. He's like, "That's my quarterback, coach. That's jacked up, man. How you gonna just?" And the coach is like, "Hey, best player plays, period. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I don't care. That's your quarterback. Then go out there and show out for your quarterback." Jared Goff's like, "I'm gonna throw it like 15 yards past these dudes just to watch them react." And he's like, "Whoa!" And he just, and you see all these these are like 19, 20-year-old kids that are trying out that thought this transfer quarterback just came into to take their job, and they're like, they look at each other like, "Dude, that dude can throw the ball." And he starts pounding them and hitting them and just nailing them in the chest. And so he's like throwing them great balls, and then takes his makeup off at the end, and he's like,
"Did you think about this, Lenny? This idea from Tate? Maybe just using middle finger as a graphic for the team in Ohio."
Family show, Tate. Family show.
It would kind of be fun
idea
to have random different graphics depending on how we feel about each team.
I like the helmets because it's
could just
different.
be a pile of poop. It could just be the poop emoji for the Browns,
Right.
and everyone will know what you're talking about.
I do like. I mean, it's not hard. I'm not complaining. It's just it's tedious.
That sounds like complaining. It sounds a lot.
Yeah, why are you complaining, Lenny? Come on.
I'm only complaining when
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
When somebody who knows the shit I go through is the last person to send me his rapid fire games for today. Now I'm not gonna name any names, Nicole, but
I'll name names.
Oh, that's great. I'm like, I don't have anything to do today. What?
I know his last name's Earl, first name not Tim.
Shamrock Rovers. Oh, it's your Shamrock Day, Lenny. That's how to go through on the Woody.
I really like the Mets.
Nick, get your stuff together. Come on.
I'm gonna stay with the Mets. Yeah, he was all thrown off because I texted him at like 1:00 in the morning his time last night because I was up and I was like getting everything together. I have everything else ready. I just have to do Craig Trapp. He's another one. He's supposed to give me 3 Thursday night prop football game bets, but he has nothing.
Oh, nice. No, that game's supposed to be gross anyway.
I don't even know how. I did all the math on that one Facebook post that we did with the pick the score games.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll get with him and see what the results were on that.
So what's the deal with that? You got to pick 3 games, the exact score, or as close to it as possible?
Just in that contest, what he wants you guys to do, it's that thing I emailed to y'all over the weekend, but he knows y'all are busy. I said, we're all busy. I don't pick scores. I'm not a score picker. It is not. Basically, what I'm going to do is look at the team totals, and if the juice is on over 24.5, I'm going to guess you 25, and if it's on the under 17.5, I'm going to guess you 17, and 25 to 17 is my final. And that is all the handicapping I put into that. I am not a score
25.
Huh?
It would be tough to get to that exact 25.
Well, you know what I mean? Just like whatever the number that number is, I'm just going to go like one above that number and call it a day. And then add those and look at the total and look at where the juice is at on the total. And that's the end of my day.
That's
what you guys know.
Astros, they rule. First of all, they rule.
Astros should roll right to the World Series. Yeah. I don't see anybody in the American League stopping them. I know earlier in the year,
just because they don't have to play the Tigers,
and their hitting was struggling. Now they got really good pitching, and their hitting's coming around. So this Astros team is dangerous.
You know, I fade Kluber also. He's playing Kluber today. He's not my guy. I do think it's a lot of money for the line to move only a little 2 points up, but I have no problem with the Astros today or for the rest of the season. You just cashed your last Woody. Get it, girl. Terica's in. I think it was Robert Franklin. He beat you by 3 points. Okay.
I put a 4. I'm just gonna put cashed.
Yeah.
Were you in second Breaking Vegas?
Wherever
Likes
I
for
want.
the people. Everybody hit that like button, and don't forget about Caesar Sportsbook. Don't forget about them. Use that new promo code we've got going on, Woodful. It's Woodful.
It's a woodful.
If they cheat again, oh my God, aren't you over that? God, grow up. Grow up. It's
Yeah,
gone.
we're still hanging on to that.
Yeah, we're still doing that. Okay, who's your team? The Yankees, they cheat too. Astros today, specifically with McCullers and nice sweater. Thank you. I'm not on them. I didn't actually bet on them, but I don't really bet. I try not to bet on my team when possible. I took the Orioles or the Tigers run line and the Royals run line. That's what I'm on today.
So Tim, do you like the Mets today?
I mean,
From a Mets guy? I mean, I know you don't want to say it out loud, but
Whoever won at 38 and I had 41.
Keyshawn Walker's been solid. So, and I don't trust what's his name, Eric Lauer, I believe it's for Milwaukee.
Yeah.
No, Hauser is who it was.
Hauser. I always get those guys. It's the back of the rotation. They've been struggling with pitching for a while now. Mets have just looked solid. They've won 6 straight games now. Yeah, this should be a good spot for him. And Walker.
I went back and forth between the Mets and the Astros for a last Woody.
I like both of them.
Yeah. Honestly, if I was in handicap 10, that would be Astros Mets money lines. Right. I mean, that should be your
100%.
That's for the day.
The most heated series going on, we were talking about it earlier, the Guardians White Sox. What are our thoughts on that? The money is moving towards Lance Lynn. The money's on the White Sox, and it's going the right way against Tristan McKenzie. What are your thoughts on that?
I kind of said yesterday during game time that yesterday was, if the White Sox lost another game, I'm done with them this year. And they lost with their best pitcher on the mound. So, no, this is a Cleveland spot. I think this is Cleveland sweeping and burying them at this point. I think last night was the exact, it was going to show us where the series was going to go and how the rest of the season was going to go. If the White Sox were able to win last night and sweep this series, I would have still considered them. I think they're dead now. They're down 5 games in the division. Even if they take the next 2 games, they'll be down 3, and they don't play Cleveland anymore, and Cleveland's got a good strength of schedule coming up. So at this point, I'm on Cleveland. I like McKenzie. I'm not a big Lance Lynn person.
Yeah, I like McKenzie too. Okay, I'm going to make those little bets right there.
I will say this. I do agree that Cleveland the White Sox are done. They're not gonna win that division, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But the bigger thing is, but I do think they win today and try. I don't think they just lay down. I think they'll try and fight back, but I think it's too much now. They're 5 games, and the schedule favors Cleveland. In my opinion, a little bit.
I think the best part about the White Sox not making the playoffs is now they have an excuse to officially get rid of Tony La Russa.
100 million.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been out with medical stuff, but he's
half the
officially not
year.
out this year.
They'll blame it on that and blah blah blah, and they should have already been looking at whatever.
Let's switch over to some football. Island Boy wants to know Dolphins, Bills -6, Bengals -5 versus the Jets. We were kind of touching on some of these yesterday. I can look at where the money is. This is what I can do for you. Bills, 84% of the money is on the Bills. The 4.5 goes to a 6, so that's moving correctly. 6.5, 81% of the money is on the Bengals at a 6.5, and it goes to a -5. The play is on the Jets. I am not sold on this Bengals team at all.
No.
I like the Jets to cover, basically because they've been doing that for me.
I like the Jets outright. I think the Jets win that game in general.
I wouldn't hate that.
They kind of just – the Bengals have scored, 17 last week and 20 the week before, and they're against Pittsburgh, which All right, Pittsburgh's going to be whatever they are. They're going to be a 9-8 team and be in the hunt for a while. And then you got Dallas, which is going to be garbage this year. So, and you couldn't beat Dallas. I think that at this point right now, I think the Jets are better than the Cowboys in terms of the Jets have a lot more pieces. The Dallas Cowboys are just a lot beat up. I think the Jets went outright versus Cincinnati. And then I think I don't know with the Bills. I want to take the Bills minus the points. I'm also not high on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins. I know, yes, go Jets. I know that he came back from 21 points down and all that stuff. But I'm not high on the Dolphins this year. I think the Bills win that one, and I think they do something similar to what they did against Tennessee. Like I don't think it's close.
Rodney says White Sox win the next 2. They tie the season series.
Yeah, I don't see.
Yeah,
that
but they'll still be down 3 games.
Yeah, I think the Guardians they've seemed, what are they, like 9-2 or 8-2 right now? I mean, they just seem like they give more shits. Sometimes you just got to look at the team that gives more shits, and it seems like the Guardians do.
Yeah.
And that's just my 2 shits,
Yeah, there you go.
I think the Bengals get after I think they get right this
8-2.
weekend, but
the problem with the Bengals is that their offensive line, believe it or not, got worse. Like their offensive line is, but the fact that you couldn't get anything done in the rushing game against Pittsburgh and against Dallas is just very, very concerning. Yes, the Giants.
I saw a stat on somewhere that Joe Burrow has been sacked 83 times since he's been in the NFL, which is twice as much. The second active quarterback sacked that many times is 49. So I think it was Jeff Bradley that posted that on Facebook or something, a stat or whatever. I saw it. It's ridiculous. He's been sacked twice as much as the second most sacked quarterback actively in the NFL. That is ridiculous.
He's only been in the league. This is his second year, isn't it? Because he sat his first year on injury, right?
He played like 3 games or something.
He played so
he played 3 there. He played 2 this season,
like
and then 16 last year. So you got a total of 20 games or so, give or take.
It's been really rough. Cincinnati has no offensive line, and that's going to ultimately be their downfall. Robert, real quick, you asked for best survivor. Who have you picked so far?
Yeah,
we kind of need to know that.
Survivor is just win or lose, right? That's a money line.
Survivor is win or lose, but you can't use the same team more than once.
Yeah, you can. Once you use them, you can't use them the rest of the year.
Right.
So let us know.
Who's the second
Burrow
quarterback?
came in the league.
Derek Carr?
2020.
Second quarterback with the most sacks.
Is Jeff Bradley in here? He's the one that posted this shit.
I have not a clue.
I think so. Hold on.
QBs with most sacks. All time, I guess I should say.
It was a pretty good set. It was
Matt Stafford popped right up.
Well, he's been sacked a few times.
Well, he also played in Detroit, which normally didn't have a good offensive line. So
I don't know if this is accurate. It says Ben Roethlisberger, then Brady, Favre, Elway, Rodgers.
Well, you got to think it's going to be the guys that are at least
it was active court, like it was a stat for active
would be a one.
Yeah.
Which active?
Mm-hmm.
And is it over like the last 3 years or something, or?
Oh, here. This is one too. Sacks taken through 2 games this year. Through 2 games. Joe Burrow, 13. The rest of the AFC North combined, that means Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland, 8.
Wow.
He's been sacked 13 times in 2 games.
That's crazy.
Like they're getting 7, almost 7 sacks a game against them. Like 6.5 sacks a game. That is bro. Like if I'm Joe Burrow, I'm like I'm done. Y'all do better.
Give me some offensive line pieces that I can actually work around, please. Thank you. Don't. I'm the quarterback you're paying a lot of money for. Don't get me killed.
What are you on? You're on the under. The money is all on the over, and it's moving under. So I would say the under would be the play as well.
Razor's normally pretty good. He puts his plays in.
Yeah, I like Razor. I know Razor sharp. 62% of the cash is on the over, and the 8 goes to an 8.5. So yeah, I'm with you, Razor.
Mm-hmm.
Jets and the points from J-Rock, 300 on
That play.
Huh?
That's his big play of the day.
Oh,
He always had like a $300, $400 big play, and and he's been hot with those.
You use the Rams and the Ravens.
Rams and Ravens.
You pick one a week?
Yeah, you pick one a week.
Okay.
Rams and Ravens you picked so far.
Man, good call on the barely squeaked that Rams win out, huh? Because that had to be last week.
Yeah, 100%.
Joe Burrow needs to learn the Tom Brady hot route. 3 yards pass. I have the ball for 1 second, and that's it. Any longer, I'm throwing it away.
Snap, shotgun. Hey, put the dude in the shotgun. Give him a.
I like
that. That's like the games that you look at, and it's like, wow, that's so obviously an over, and then he's going to take the under.
Right.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. Maybe the
what about
Chargers
the Chiefs?
this week. No, I don't. Okay, I have a little bit of conflict in like disagreement with you guys because I know everybody thinks the Colts suck, but
they do. They do.
They do. They
so
had
the Cardinals.
Yeah. Well, Cardinals won last week, so I guess they're tied for first place in that division.
Yeah, but they beat the Raiders. The Raiders suck too.
Okay, yeah. I was high on the Raiders too. So yeah, it's teams I've been high on, but I'll mention this because we saw it last year too. The Colts started off slow because they have a new quarterback every single year, and then they never cover versus the Texans or the Jaguars, and then they somehow miraculously cover against the better teams like the Bills and the Chiefs, and so for whatever reason they always seem to cover. And this line right here is telling me everything. It's only a 6.5. I don't know. That just seems like a little bit of a weird line.
Let me see where it's at. See what's going on here.
That could easily be a 7.
I don't need to mess with. It goes from a 3 to a 6.5 though, so it was only a 3.
And then it's moved, but still.
Yeah, I think closer to game time that could get to a 7, but we'll see. We'll monitor it. We'll see what happens.
I would take in a Survivor Series type situation. I would take Chargers.
I would take the Chargers this week probably.
Even though I know Herbert has got fractured rib cage or whatever, in his day-to-day against the Jags and Chargers at home. I don't even know who their backup quarterback is.
The Colts are worse than suck.
Oh, it's Chase Daniel.
I have my Colts Super Bowl ticket behind me, so that'll be burnt soon. But the thing is,
they give me the Chargers because you might not be.
You know where to come if you want to earn some tickets.
I'll tell you what. I already got my 10 figured out. 10 picks for moneyline picks for, and I don't like them.
No way the Chiefs lose.
I don't think this is.
There is a way the Chiefs lose, but not.
Yeah, right I don't think this is that situation. USC is the truth. I'm into USC.
Yeah, USC receiver, the
USC,
god of stun.
Oregon State plus the points because it's a 6.5 in Oregon State, and with USC they're not going to lose to they won't lose to the top teams in that conference. They'll end up losing to somebody like Oregon State. They'll go 11-1. They'll beat Oregon. They'll beat BYU. They'll beat the big teams, and then they'll lose to Oregon State or something in that nature. I would lean towards
this is problematic because it's 90% of the money is on USC and the number's not moving. It's just
that might end up being an Oregon State plus 6.5 and Oregon State money line.
That's a huge, like exactly what I look for kind of a situation. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
And Allie, it's at 9:30 and it's a slaughter game.
Slaughter game.
There you go. There's your slaughter game of the week. Oregon State. Grab them on the money line. Ride it.
I want to show you guys what I'm looking at when I'm looking at this. Nick Earl told me about this site called Pregame, and I really, really like it. The old site I used to use was not as easy to read, and this is pretty straightforward. But see right here where it says cash and tickets, 90% of the cash, 91% of the tickets. See, it's on the same line as USC. So it's telling you that's who the money and tickets are on, but that line's not moving, okay? See, that is a problem. If you look below where, I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, but it says over 100% of cash, over 100% of tickets are on the over. That's the O is over. Otherwise, it'll say U. And that line went from 67.5 to 71. So that line is moving the right way. That's kind of like what I'm looking for is where is the line moving the wrong way? And that is a really good example of exactly what we're kind of trying
Oregon
to do.
State's going to be in my card. I was looking at that one, staring it down, and now I know that I want them.
There's a safe sex bowl?
Yeah, it's the Beavers versus the Trojans.
Oh, Beavers Trojans. I like it.
Well, Rickett mentioned that later in the thing.
Colts got rid of Wentz and got worse.
Yeah.
Can we mention that Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver for the Lions, breaking records and also named yesterday NFC Player of the Week?
Really?
He's
Who's
got
his
9
record
games.
for again?
9 games with speaking of USC, he is a USC pick receiver. So I like it. He's got like 9 games straight with 8 receptions or more and a touchdown. So dating back to last season, I mean, he's just dude's
Raiders must win. If you look back, they should be 2-0. I thought they were in a must win last
week 1. Hey, and shout out to the Raiders players, you punk ass. Last night on the WNBA Las Vegas Aces parade, Raiders players were there. Some of them, a couple of them. Darren Waller, not going to name no names, out there smoking cigars, celebrating championships, talking about ladies first. Bro, stop it. You're not winning a Super Bowl. It's not ladies first. They just beat your ass to the punch. Give them the credit. Don't be like, oh, yeah, we figured ladies first. Man, don't act like you said, okay.
Well, your turn this year was already happened. Like your turn to win the Super Bowl this year already happened in January or whatever, didn't it? Like,
right. You've been in Vegas for this is the Raiders' 3rd season in Vegas, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was COVID season when we couldn't go.
Yeah.
No, it was only 2.
No, it wasn't last year. Wasn't their first season? I think last year was their 2nd.
So this is their 3rd season.
Yeah, this is the beginning of their 3rd. So
that makes sense.
Either way, like, do better. Don't be like that.
That's
Don't be like, oh yeah, and I get he was trying to be funny and all that, and I was like,
right,
man, stop it.
I mean, he could have said a lot worse things, to tell you the truth.
Oh, those girls did, boy. I don't know if you guys saw, those girls were lit on stage. I mean,
were they?
Like,
you know what? Good for them. Finally,
yeah, but listen,
I wish I would have known about that. I would have gone.
I don't understand how you got all these little girls. First of all, you're bringing your kids down to the strip on Vegas. I'm not a fan of that. These girls are sitting there twerking on what's his name, who owns the Raiders and the Aces, at Davis, not Al Davis. Al Davis's kid, whatever his name
Mark
is.
Davis.
Mark Davis. They're sitting there. This old white dude with his bowl haircut, all dressed in white, like just like his dad, just looks out of place as hell. And all these girls around him are twerking with champagne, and I'm like, some baby's gonna be made tonight with those girls. I'm just saying, they're gonna get their groove on, and they were feeling it, and good for them. But you could tell, old white man Mark Davis was like,
that guy's haircut. I mean, with all the money in the world, the very first thing I would buy is a new hairstylist, for fuck's sake.
That's
too much. I was trying to get him on our show like a year ago. I was trying to get him on our show, and the timing of it never ever worked out.
Real quick, speaking of the NBA and WNBA, so the owner of the Phoenix Suns and the Phoenix Mercury is looking to sell the team. Sell both teams.
Oh, yeah. I saw that on ESPN.
Yeah, I got the notification today. I mean, I don't know how much you're going to really be able to get.
What do you think about the Vikings at home after a bad loss? I kind of liked the Vikings this week.
I'm on the under.
Detroit. I like Detroit.
I like Detroit in a teaser. They're not going to lose by 10.
Written all over it.
Well, I always like Lions to cover. Hold on, but
it's a 6.5 or 5.5, whatever it is.
I'll take them on a teaser all day, but I won't bet against my Lions, but I'll know when to stay off my Lions.
All the money is on the Lions, and the 8 went to a 6, so it's going the right way. Or 71% of the money.
And I hope they prove me wrong. I'm just going to get on the under.
tend to like the Vikings at home, but it's the cover I'm looking for. So
I'll take that. I'm
got
on the under now.
It's got a backdoor cover written all. It's got a 34-31 backdoor cover in garbage time written all over it.
Okay, I got to jam out of here to go do the lunch stuff. Are you guys good to keep going, or do you want to sign off right now?
No, we're gonna sign off. I got to get ready for power hour.
Okay, we got stuff going on. Sorry, guys, we got to blame it on my kid. Okay, it's not our fault.
Yeah, sure. Come on.
Blame it on the
another headlock next year.
Apparently, he wasn't big on eating today, so. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay, so thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll be back on tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern to do this whole damn thing over again. If you didn't get your last Woody standing pick in and you're still in the contest, drop it in the comments of this video or stick it over on the Facebook page. If you already haven't hit that like button, like and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and check out our download the mobile Caesar Sportsbook betting app and then use this promo code WOODFUL. It's going to get you up to $1,250 in a risk-free first bet. Or just check, I'm like already leaving, or just check out the description of the video, and then we will, it'll get you all hooked up, and you get lots of stuff, and it'll be great. Bye, guys. Good luck to everyone, unless you're against Lenny.
What she said.
Yeah.